Medium, ghetto, intelligent, her conversation, so won't you come hang with the gang? Relatable topics from coming up broke to the nonsense, they all come along with these dames. From trust funds to trapping, we cover it all in with laughter, so won't you come grab you a seat? From Oso, Othello, you know that we medium, ghetto, and nothing can even compete. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the Medium Ghetto Podcast with your host, Jamar Saunders. And today we have our co-host is...
Miri, aka Miri the Virgo.
And what is our topic today?
Today we're going to talk about millennials and how we navigate relationships.
It's real ghetto how we navigate these relationships. Like it's pretty darn bad. It's pretty tough, almost impossible to meet somebody. Many of us are just wondering, why are we still 30 and single? Why are you still single?
Like you said, dating is just ghetto. I don't recommend 0 out of 0.
Yeah, I don't even understand. It's like I think it's everything from ghosting people, losing interest. The dating scene is so massive now because of the internet. It's a lot to navigate through than what it used to be. I think dating, lost its a lot of a value when we're just face to face. Everything's, slotting in DMs now. Who got the baddest girl out here nowadays? It's not even about being with the person. It's about the image you have when, dating with people, in my opinion.
Facts. I think that the internet definitely made it harder to date because, like you said, it's an image that everybody's trying to uphold instead of it being genuine and genuinely trying to get to know people and being in love.
What's being genuine and being in love? What does that mean to you?
Not caring what other people think, not trying to portray something that it's not, and just having a natural flow.
Exactly. So if it's good for both of y'all, it's good for both of y'all. It's not about the next person. A lot of people even said, hey, I have unrealistic expectations on how the relationship should go. And sometimes we play out these stories in our head on what a relationship should look like, and it can mess up a good thing.
Yeah. I think everybody always has this ideal relationship. Everybody always has relationship goals.
Like what? Like vacations?
No, not necessarily vacations and things, but celebrity relationships they look up to and think that, hey, this is what I want my relationship to look like.
Definitely
based
not
on what
Krishan.
they put on social media.
What about Krishan and Blueface?
Unpopular opinion, I think that they really love each other, but I have not seen their show because it looks so toxic. That's not something I subscribe to.
I didn't even know they had a show. Where can I view this show?
On Zeus Network. I see little clips on Instagram, and I think it's really bad what they put each other through. But I feel like just because they stick around with each other, that they really do care for one another. But like I said, I don't know the details, so don't cancel me.
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing what they stick with each other, even though we might say, hey, that's toxic. They're putting hands on each other, but at the end of the day, they're, making the commitment to stay with each other and move forward with each other. And that's kind of rare from what we see nowadays. I feel as though one thing pop off, somebody just leaves out of nowhere. They rarely even talk to you anymore. They just disappear. A lot of us just end everything with ghosting somebody. It's we don't even communicate when we lose interest. We just dip. I
can relate. I'm one of those people.
All right, how many people have you ghosted this year?
This year, 0.
This year? Would you be
2023, 0.
Oh, well, okay, that don't count. It's 14 days right now.
Yeah, only 14 days. I'm 0 and 0 right now. Last year, a whole lot.
You got an estimate?
Maybe about 20.
Wow, that's way more than me. I think I got 7 in my belt.
7? Are you not getting out there?
I'm not. Absolutely not. I think I'm pretty tired from dating. Dating is exhausting now.
Yeah, it drains you.
I remember
mentally.
one ghost story was this. I went on so I did the Facebook dating thing, right? She probably gonna hear this one day. It'll be all right. She'd be cool with this podcast. She'd be good. She might be her claim to fame. Like, that was me. So I'm like, I haven't dated in like months. So I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm going on a date. So we did Facebook dating. We liked each other, all that good stuff. I'd rather her buy. It was like, oh, I don't want no man to waste my time. If you got kids, don't even bother. I was like, all right, well, we liked each other. She hit me up. I said, hey, we start chatting. She asked for the number first. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll see how this goes. And and then we were just, all right, let's meet up. She lived in New Jersey. So the first place we went was, we went to a Mexican spot. I don't want to say the restaurant's name. I don't want to, defame them. But I asked for queso, and it just felt like y'all gave me like a bowl of cheese with no flavor. So I added my own hot sauce and my own onions. Well, I had to ask y'all for onions and hot sauce. And at that, y'all charged me $3 for every time I asked for hot sauce. I have paid over $40 in hot sauce on this date already.
Nah. Oh no.
If my gas wasn't cheap for being in a hybrid, I've been pretty mad.
Nah.
And we kind of linked up, and we found common ground, and just being like, yo, this is unseasoned food. We didn't appreciate it. But it was in New Jersey. I don't know if they got really good restaurants in there, but the Mexican spot wasn't. But then second date, let's go on second date. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to show you how we're going to talk about how we ghosted each other. I think we mutually ghosted each other. It was good. So the second date, we went to the movies, all right? And it was crazy because we went to the movies. She pulls up, and she's like, yo, come to my trunk. And she just has like 8 bottles of half-drunken liquor in her trunk. Mm-hmm. It's a little toxic, right?
That's a red flag.
That is a red flag.
Because what you getting into?
Like, what do you be getting into on a daily basis? Like, really beautiful woman. But like, man, it's a little toxic going on right here. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm for it today. Let's do this. Let's have a little bit of toxic action in here. So we both pop like a shot. I pop a shot. She popped like 3 shots at this point. I think she may have been drinking before she got over here to the movies. We watched a movie. I forgot which movie it was. It wasn't very good. It was it Don't Look Up? Was it with the Jordan Peele movie?
Oh. Yeah.
With the sky alien, I forget.
I think,
what is it called?
Dang.
Yeah, don't look up or something like that. It was mad whack with the conclusion. Not trying to do a spoiler there, but the end of this, we got a little more lit when we got back to the car after this. So we end up going out to we was like, yo, let's go to Atlantic City, because we were only like 20 minutes from Atlantic City at this point. So we went to Atlantic City. We went to the Hard Rock Cafe. We just went into the casino. Man, I'll tell you what. Man, we got lit. We bought a bunch of drinks. I think I spent like $96 on drinks that night alone. No, it was like $120. And then like we went to go get food. We got lit. She wanted more food after we got food before we left. And I was like, I don't know if I can drive home. So she was like, yeah, my parents are not home. You could stay over my spot tonight. Red flag, because I'm like, you didn't even tell me you live with your parents, but you trying to chill because your parents aren't here. You know what I mean? So we ended up going. With her parents? Yeah, she lived with her parents. She didn't even tell me. She was flexing like she lived by herself. She had the best life ever. Mm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Parents had a beautiful home. Shout out to your parents for having a beautiful home. So one thing is, we sat down, right? We watched YouTube. So, yo, I like weird stuff. Let's watch this, quote unquote, weird stuff. And then she got really, really mad that I wasn't talking to her while she told me to watch something. You ever have someone tell you to watch something and you're trying to understand what you're watching, and they like, talk to me? I was like, oh.
Yeah. If you're going to do that, just put on something that you don't care about.
Another red flag. I'm like, I can't do both. I can't multitask at all. So, fast forward to everything, right? I already bought her something before we got back there. We was really drunk. We went to sleep. I had some pajamas in the car. I always got some pajamas in the car or something like that. I got my spend a night bag. You never know.
I was about to say, you have a on the go spend a night bag.
I got an on the go spend a night bag. Red flag for y'all as well. Yeah, that's absolutely. My red flag right now. What am I trying to get into?
At any moment, though.
At any moment. I like to be prepared. Mm-mm. So We wake up and she eats the pizza I purchased for her. That was her dinner, her breakfast. And then she's like, you know what? I know you're vegetarian or vegan, so I'm gonna order something from DoorDash. She scambles. I see her check her account. She's like, oh damn, I can't order nothing. So you know what she does? She reaches in the refrigerator and does what? What you think she does?
She got a piece of broccoli.
Oh man, that's halfway true. That's just halfway true. So what she does is she pulls out leftover lo mein for the day before and was like, hey, I can warm this up for you.
Oh no.
Right? And I'm just like, oh man, you just ruined everything. So I was like, you know, at this point I'm really hungry. When I get hungry, I get hangry. So I'm like, I don't want to be irritated here.
Mm-hmm.
And also, right, I didn't bring enough clothes, enough spare clothes, so I had her wash some of my socks and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And like, so I was stranded there at this point. Because if I had my clothes, I would have left right then and there. I'd have been like, hey, yo, my mom need me or something. But I needed my pants and everything before I went out of that home. So, you know, I ended up warming up her lo mein. I had to add some duck sauce with soy sauce, all that good stuff to spruce it up, right? But after that, my clothes got done. But you know what? I just left. I was like, oh, have a great day. I left. Just totally dipped. I didn't even text that girl, yo, I got back home safe. And I think we both mutually ghosted each other. We both didn't text each other back.
I was about to say, she didn't even ask you if you got home. Okay.
Yo, it was a mutual ghosting session.
Dang.
But we didn't even say, yo, I don't think we should talk or nothing. We just didn't talk. But that's a problem. I think we shouldn't leave anybody in like a dark area of like what's going on. That's not really polite.
Have you ever like told somebody, hey, I don't think this should work out? Like, how do you even tell somebody, hey, actually, I don't really like you like that anyway, so we should just go our separate ways?
Well, you say, hey, I appreciate the time we spent together, but I don't really think we're compatible. And usually how that goes for me, I usually date a little bit more aggressive women. Mainly it's a lot more like Aries lately. It's been weird.
Oh, goodness.
And they're like, well, I'm going to come over. I'm like, damn, they know where I live. They can just come over. And, you know, they talk me out of it. So I don't know I know how you feel at this point.
Man, I don't know. I ghost people because of the smallest shit. Like, it could be the littlest thing. Like, I don't know. He has 2 different socks on, and I didn't like the other sock.
What, the socks look too depressed?
Yeah, like, or too childish. Why
Wait,
you got on...
what does too childish look like?
Why you got on a Power Ranger sock and then the other sock is from Hanes?
All right, so if I wore Naruto socks, that's too childish?
I don't know, because a lot of y'all guys be into that anime stuff, and y'all grown as hell, so...
That's very picky. That's just mean. I understand. You know what? I'm not even into Power Rangers, so I understand Power Rangers.
I had to learn that adult men love anime.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like y'all childish a little bit. Oh my god, I'm getting canceled for this.
But what is adult? What is being adult like? Why can't we like?
Because it's cartoons. It's cartoons.
What would you prefer we like?
Movies.
Like what? What kind?
Like real life type movies. I don't know. Paid in Full.
Never watched it.
Never watched it either, but that seems like something somebody would say. I'm not even a movie person myself, but I don't watch anime. I don't watch like Family Guy or anything like that. I just feel like anime is just, I don't know, the adult cartoons for men now.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. It's like a heroic thing. It like helps us. It motivates us. Makes us say, yo, like something bigger than us. It's goals being met on there. It like stimulates. It's like sports. The competitiveness is what we feel on like a daily basis. So it kind of like ignites that like manhood, you know. At the same time, would you rather watch Real Housewives of Atlanta or something?
Yeah, I mean that's what I like. That's what I like. I love the drama. Love a little mess.
A little messiness.
I love reality TV.
Man, it's not really that much reality though. I
Men
wonder how
hate it.
I
They
hate
hate
it.
when we watch this like that. I mean, women love drama. I would rather watch it than have it in my own life. That's why I like to watch it.
All right,
And
so
I know to a certain extent it's not all the way true.
all right, thank God. So at least you said that. Now I feel better about ladies like watching it because we had all that drama in our life. I'm like, nah, I don't know if I can do this.
I mean,
That's why I ghost people. If it's too much drama, I will ghost you. If you just being too extra, I will ghost you. I ain't losing interest.
A lot of men love drama.
No, I don't like no drama. Well, I don't think well, some men do like drama and they like the theatrical stuff and they like feeling like they're wanted
Mm-hmm.
or they want to feel excitement.
Yes, that part.
And I think it's just like a need to feel adventure. Like what's next? Like boom, excitement. She mad? I made her mad. You know what I mean? Just getting a rise out of. I think some guys actually do like getting a rise out of ladies.
Yes, 100%.
And also, it might be issues where they might want to get a rise out of you because it was like, all right, well, she acts so perfect. Oh, she not perfect. I think sometimes it's like trying to sabotage you because they've been self-sabotaging themselves. And they probably feel unworthy to date you, so why not piss you off and make you look bad in their eyes so they will want to continue dating you?
Yes. I feel like I'm such a nonchalant person that people definitely try to look to bring out certain emotions or reactions from me on purpose because they want to see it or never saw it within me. But I don't know. If you poke the bear, you're going to feel it. But I don't really try to interact with people in a negative way.
I mean, what's the maddest you've been? You ever cut somebody out in the last year?
Yeah. All right, so cuss somebody out is not. I mean, that's what I do. Like, if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it how I feel it. So, I don't. That's something that you would see out of me, like something. Emotion that I don't show that much is like extreme anger and sadness. I don't even like showing that I'm too happy around people because
Dang, why that?
people don't like seeing happiness exude from other people.
So you saying the men out here hate on you if you too happy?
Hell yeah.
Damn, that's rough.
You got something they don't got. Men will definitely hate on a woman, okay?
Have you ever had to tell a guy like, yo, leave me alone? I just don't want nothing to do with you. If you call me again, I'm going to block you. If I don't act like you know me, did you ever like go that hard on somebody?
Absolutely. Yes. I don't even see, that's what I said. I'm so like, I feel like my demeanor is just so cutthroat and dry that like if I feel like I gotta keep telling somebody to leave me alone, I'm gonna just block you on everything. No, you're not gonna create a new page and think you're gonna be able to. I'm gonna block you from there too. No, you can't get a text-free number and start texting me from. I'm gonna block that too.
You don't like the effort?
I don't like the effort.
Yeah, like he want to be with you enough to get blocked 9 times.
Nah, because once you blocked, you done. I don't do that. If I don't block you, then you still got a chance.
Dang. You're not the type to be like, all right, you better pull up in my house if you want this to work.
Nah, absolutely.
That's a lot.
Nah, I only give out one chance. 2 chances is too many.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that's a lot for me. That's the farthest I'll go is like, I wouldn't come to your house or nothing like that. That's not me. I can't do it, man. I'm just like, yo, if you don't think it's going to work out, I'm probably not going to work out. I'll just talk to somebody else. So I'll just leave you alone.
I don't.
Well, next one, right?
What?
It says millennials can be super focused on sex.
Hate that for us.
So pretty much, like, I think it's, especially with the guys, I think girls are like it more now. It's just like, yo, I'm just trying to hit it and quit it. And once you hit it, you're like, well, I never really liked you. I kind of just wanted to see what this was like. And then you're on to your
that.
next conquest.
I hate that. Hate that. Hate that. Hate that. It doesn't give people a chance to really like get to know each other. It's so shallow. Like, I don't feel like there's any connection with that, especially if that's your sole focus on a person that you quote unquote are interested in. The first thing you think about should not be sex.
How long should it be until you wait for it?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think it should come naturally. I don't think that there's a certain time frame. I think that if you feel like it's the right time and things are going well between you and the person, then that's the right time to do it.
So let's say we having a banging date, right? And we're going out, we checking all the boxes on, yo, this is the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And we end up getting busy. Is that too early within the first date?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you really know somebody in a couple hours?
That's true. But they checked all the boxes, and this might have been the best date you've had in a year.
No, I feel like people show you, especially when you're first dating somebody, they show you what they want you to see.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they asked you what you liked in a person.
So now they're trying to portray that.
Exactly.
They get I guess I like to get what though? Like sex is the ultimate goal for certain people.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I said I hate that for us, because like now, like everybody's single.
Exactly.
Everybody's single.
Single and mingling. And a lot of people I think a lot of times even with ladies, like they think that sex leads to a relationship, which it really doesn't. And matter of fact, I'll take that back. I'll retrace my steps. I see a lot of times I'm starting to be out in Philly and more, and I'm starting to realize like even girls are just like, bro, we just had sex. It's not a big deal. It's nothing going on after this.
Yeah, I feel like now women are, we the new men. Now we just like, all right, I just want sex too. But then now the guys is like, well, why?
Exactly, man. You're hurting our feelings out here.
We
just like, damn, thought we had one. But I think like you got to get to know the person beforehand. I think we need to like, you both need to refrain from it, because to be quite honest, like the last times I even, it's been like dates. I say 8 out of 10 dates I might have in the last 2 years I might have slept with the person. First date. Not proud of it. We're adults though at the same time. Not super proud, but we're adults. And it always led to me, I think like sex kind of like camouflages a lot of bad tendencies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you get whipped or what? Lack of better term, stigmatized or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just like, oh, they did this, but they're not that bad.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you more and more jaded when you add sex to the situation. You're like, oh, well, they ignore my calls all day for a whole week, but they're not that bad. And then they call back. This has happened to me. You ignored me all week. You hit me on a Saturday. Yo, you want to go out? And then we go out and we just have sex. And then we come back and you're like, all right, well, I'm about to leave. I'll talk to you. Then you do it another week. And this has actually happened to me for 6 weeks straight.
Well, then that becomes like, a consistent thing. Like, what do they call that? A friends with benefits?
Yeah, it became a friends with benefits without the person saying it's a friends with benefits. Yeah, I'm like,
oh, you have to establish a
we have
benefits
the
thing?
You should.
It's not like a relationship where you got to be like, oh, hey, you're my boyfriend and you're my girlfriend. That thing just kind of falls in place.
I thought we had to, because if I don't know, if you don't tell me, I don't know. I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, if you'd have told me, I'd have been cool with it.
But my thing is, like, men, they know women were emotional creatures, and they know that we exchange our emotions through sex. So why would these men be out here having sex with these women knowing that they don't want to be emotionally attached to them?
Well, so I actually don't know that because I'm not a woman. So this is my first time, like,
You're a man though, but
I've been in long-term relationships my whole life. So like the short-term stuff,
good.
I'm just getting to know. I'm just like, so you just wanted this. It must have been good if you keep coming back every week.
What a time to be single, because this ain't it right now.
It is ghetto. So another thing is like, what emotions, right? It's like showing real emotions don't feel safe. It feels like a competition of who can care the least. You know what I mean? And I was raised in a married household with my grandparents, so I just seen two people who, showed love and compassion for each other in front of us. And they wouldn't even argue. They rarely argued in front of us. So I've never really seen them go head to head, bumping heads in front of us. I only seen them love on each other and find common ground if they did argue even a little bit in front of us.
I think it's just player get played type of mentality. Nobody wants to be hurt.
Yeah, it's like honesty is not really rewarded either. Like, no one wants to be hurt, and honesty is not really rewarded.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, if I can, like, not lie to you, but be as least honest as possible on how this is going, it's a win for me. And like, oh man, if I can make you feel more than I feel, then I'm the champion of this relationship. I own you because I own your emotions.
Right.
And it kind of feels that way.
That's why people be out here going crazy.
But then on the other hand, let's talk about the other hand of vulnerability, right? Let's say one person is like, it takes me a while to warm up to somebody. So it takes me a while to even become vulnerable. But I will be like consistently vulnerable with you. So then you got the other person who might be like day 3. They're like, I love you. You ever seen that before?
Oh my God. Those type of people are just...
I'm like, God dang.
It's giving Pisces.
Yeah, I date a lot of Pisces and Cancers. That's what they Cancers and Pisces both do that. They're like, oh, it's been day 3, and all I do is think about you. I'm like, yo, bro, you don't even know my middle name.
Yeah, some people do fall in love really quick, just by nature, just because they're just like throw themselves.
But at the same time, like if you don't feel that way, I feel as though like the other person like sometimes becomes like a victim. They're like, oh, they don't like me like that, and you know what I mean? They just don't feel worthy or just downgrade themselves in their own eyes with like low self-esteem.
I don't know. I think that's up to those people that have the emotions sooner than the other person to determine how they want to go about that, because I don't know, like giving more love than you receive is hard.
Yeah, it is, but like, do you honestly think it's like normal for one person to maybe love the other person and the other person loves the other person? Like a better term?
I don't think that it will always be a 50-50.
Exactly. Sometimes a lady likes a guy more. Sometimes a guy likes a lady more. I've been in situations where someone liked me more than I like them, but we would just be cool.
I don't know. I don't think I ever been in a relationship where I like the guy more.
Really? Do you feel like
I think settled? It's I don't know. Yeah, I definitely.
Do you feel like you just settling and you just like, wow, this is not sparking something in me?
I mean, I don't know.
Settle, you start to ghost, but
that's I don't know what to blame it on. I don't know what to blame it on. Yeah, I definitely settled. I also haven't been in too many long-term relationships. My longest relationship was 2 years. And that was back in like high school. So.
Oh yeah, you know what's crazy about high school love? That's when I think that's like the truest love. You know why? Because you're not thinking about money, you're not thinking about status, you're not thinking about comfortability. You're just like, you know what, this musty little kid, they all right. They're a little musty, but they all right.
I'm crying. Yeah.
You don't worry about how good the date is. You guys go on walks for the first date. Yes. You the brokest best friends ever.
For real.
And then you can go through almost anything together. You just be broke and miserable. You just have nothing to do, but somehow you just love being with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, you know what? So I was fishing. Like, I'm on Facebook dating again, guys. I'm on there. Don't look me up,
God.
right? Do not look me up.
We all been there, I think.
And I'm getting hit up, and I'm like, all right, let me see what this girl thinks. Like, I like checking on mindset. And I'm like, we get to know each other. So I asked her, what's her non-negotiables? And she's like, yo, what do you mean by non-negotiables? I never got asked this yet. Because at this point in my life, I'm like 30, going on 31. I'm just tired of, beating around the bush. Like, what will you take? What won't you, don't you take? What do you stand for, man? At this point. And she's like, yeah, I want a guy who has a great job. He has his own home. He has his own car and transportation. He absolutely cannot have no kids whatsoever. Respectable. And it's just like, all right, well, then that does sound good, right? But what do you think a guy wants?
What do y'all want?
So I was just like, yeah, I just want some honesty and like, some transparency in a relationship, someone to find common ground with, someone that's like, I could possibly trust and build with. So I was thinking like, man, she just told me like all this like material stuff. Yeah. All I just wanted was some character. See, look. Looks are good too. Just to let you know, I'm not all about character and stuff. Looks are nice as well. I'm saying don't be out here looking bummy and crusty. Can't get in my car if you're looking a little bummy and crusty unless we're going to Walmart.
The thing about that is, so I feel like women, our non-negotiables are things that we tend not to get with our past relationships, and probably for men as well. So most likely the girl, she always dated a broke nigga.
Yeah, now she want to date someone cool. I'm just like this. All right, if you used to dating broke man, can you give me that same energy so I can keep more money? I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, I feel like as a woman, like if you're gonna request that this guy has money, has his own car, has his own house, got his shit together, you have to have those same things that you're requesting. Period.
Period, indeed. Period, indeed. And, like, one thing I'm starting to realize, too, like, even with the dating scene, like, all right, so, entrepreneur, things going well, you're starting to build more, and you start to progress your life as an adult, and who you used to date is no longer what you used to date. Your standards are higher the more you elevate yourself, right?
Right.
So this is the other hard part is the dating pool in the millennial world is so big. There's always going to be someone prettier. There's always going to be someone that may seem smarter. Right. There's always going to be someone with more money, more cash. How do you stop the impulse of just dropping and leaving your partner for someone you might perceive as better? Like, how do you create commitment in such a vast dating pool?
I have no idea for everybody else.
What about you?
I'm a loyal ass bitch, okay? You can't. When I date somebody, I only have eyes for them. And I feel like a lot of people say that, but not a lot of people stand on it. But I feel like if you have that trait to be loyal to somebody, then you don't have a problem with stuff like that. But it also takes like self-restraint, like discipline. If you can exercise those skills, then you also wouldn't have a problem.
Also self-acceptance, like if you got a beautiful woman, is it okay for me to think someone else is pretty too?
No.
So they all gotta be ugly.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yo, man, she is hit.
Hell yeah. You could think it, but don't tell that bitch she pretty.
I better not, right?
Absolutely not. Don't. If somebody walked that, it's the most beautiful woman you ever seen. She's more prettier than me. Don't stare too long, and don't say nothing to her. You better keep. We ain't about to do that. Nope.
But you on look, so why can't I look?
What do you mean? That's not the same.
It's not. But
it's not. I was about to say it's not the same.
To be fair, I guess we could put our heads down and act like we don't see her.
Yes, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put our heads down. We're gonna act like You can glance, but don't do too much.
Like, how do you feel as though like with like the dating scene being a constant gray area with all that? Like, there's things like open relationships, poly. There's so many different ways. Like, pretty much at this point, if you don't tell somebody, "Hey, yo, we are together and just us," and does anyone think you're together with them? You know, you got to really ask a lot of questions nowadays. There's so many gray areas. Like,
Yeah, I feel like there's no people don't usually make things official. So you have to kind of assume your way around how you navigate relationships, basically. Like, one guy that I was dating, he assumed that we were in a relationship, and I had to tell him, no, we're not in a relationship. What makes you think we're in a relationship? You never asked me to be your girlfriend. I never asked you to be my boyfriend. And I'm still outside. I'm in the clubs.
damn,
I'm dancing with
Damn.
other niggas.
damn.
And then, like, it really hit him at that point. Like, dang, like, I'm like, yeah, at any point, if somebody asked me on a date, I could say yes without repercussion. We do not have a relationship going on. We are dating.
So if you're dating, that's different from being in a relationship. What are like the stages of like the whole getting to know people? Is it like I guess you're talking?
No, let's start with this imaginary talking stage.
What is the talking stage? Why is it imaginary?
It's imaginary because you can talk to anybody.
That's true.
You can, like, even as friends, you're talking to somebody. When you have interest in somebody, there is no talking stage. You want to date that person. You're dating. Talking to somebody is just being acquaintances. I guess you're acquainting yourself with this talking stage that everybody like prolongs before they date. It's imaginary.
Yeah, it's kind of silly too. Like, yo, just tell me right now. Do you like me enough for us to go out and get to know each other, to continue to see how this is gonna go out? And what about like what about dating? Like, what shouldn't you do when you're dating somebody? Or what should you do when you're dating about? What got any good practices? What shouldn't a guy expect from you if you're dating?
A guy should not expect domestic acts from women. No, I do not have to cook for you. No, I do not have to clean for you. No, I do not have to ride in your car to wherever we're going.
So what do you expect from a guy when just dating?
What do I expect from a guy? I expect respect, openness, honesty, and I don't know, just a good time.
Just a good time?
Just a good time.
So is that like just saying, hey, you want to go out here? You want to do this? You want to spend more time? How much time is too much to spend when dating? Because you got these people who like, yo, I'm off at 5. Let's spend every day, every second, every hour outside of work together, but we still date.
Yeah. There's no real time. Like, I feel like however long it takes you to feel like you really know this person and all right, I want to move forward with that. Yeah, there is too long of a time. Let me see. What would that be? What would that look like? Too long dating without like moving forward. I think 6 months.
Yeah. But I think like maybe 3 months of dating, probably it. And then like after 3 months, you actually start to like see like small stuff, like little things that are like you might not have seen before, and it gives them a chance to relax enough to be themselves and like Is there anything like you've ever seen in 3 months or after 3 months? Like there's like this 3 to 6 months period where you start to see like who someone really is. Do you believe that?
So I do believe that, but I'm a very good judge of character. I usually see it before it happens. I just ignore it.
Hmm.
Like, this one guy that I dated, he was a narcissist. I knew that from the rip. But I'm like, oh, he's just confident in himself. And he just strongly believes in what he believes in. But no, he wanted everything to be like how he wanted it to be like. But I knew that from the rip. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this isn't going to work.
But you still let it slide, huh?
I still let it slide.
So like all right, what is a narcissist?
Someone who thinks of themselves highly.
But what's the difference? That just sounds like confidence.
I think it's someone, I don't know the exact definition off top, but from what I experience, is someone who thinks of themselves more
highly than they should.
More highly than they should, and of others lower than they are.
So they're not realistic.
Yeah, it's not a realistic totem pole.
So it's like kind of like delusional in the whole. They don't have a good relationship with reality.
Yeah.
Because honest, you might be, let's say, lack of better situations here. I'm gonna keep saying that's my phrase. Let's say, I actually got a couple guys in my life like this. All right, you may live with your parents, but you might live with your parents. You ain't got nothing going on for you. You are having, you're not meeting the minimum standards of adulting. Mm. But in your head, you are the big cheese. Everyone should kiss your feet.
Yep.
And we must all respect you. You are always right.
Yep.
And when you figure out you're not right, you're going to find out how you're going to be right.
Yep.
You're going to look for, what is it called? Confirmation bias. Yes. So you're going to start talking that you will only, I got friends like this. Well, not friends anymore, but.
They only surround themselves with people who.
Agree.
Yep.
And if you don't agree, you must be wrong. So they just toss you to the side.
Yep.
And I guess that's the type of dude you was dating. But you knew.
I knew.
That's respect. At least you knew.
I knew, but I didn't want to see that person in that type of light. And I also had never dated a narcissist before. So I just thought it was... I told myself it was just confidence. Because I also never was in a relationship with somebody that's like extremely confident in themselves and could speak of themselves so highly.
I mean, I believe like we don't have to totally speak of ourselves highly. We really just gotta be highly. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't have to be trying to prove it with our words. We should be being or becoming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hate the what do they call it? Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity.
Oh yeah, my favorite part is this, right? When oh man, I love it. I love it when a sentence start like, oh, all men, if you're a man, you should be this. I'm like, I know it's gonna go south if he mentions being a man. It's about to go south.
I hate when it's competition of who's the manlier man.
Yeah, like
it just is cringe.
It's a little ghetto.
Cringe. Yeah. It's
a little ghetto.
Like, it's too much comparison and jealousy within that all himself. So.
And I get it. So like a lot of things, and that's like a lack of accountability we also have in our dating culture for millennials, is that we don't have any accountability. We never take charge of our dating. We never take the consequences and in fact of our dating. We never say, hey, we're hurting somebody. We do not care that we're hurting somebody. At this point, it's kind of like, oh, my fault that you feel hurt. Well, it's not my fault you feel hurt. You felt that way. You wanted to date me. It was your idea.
I think that also comes from like people not expressing hurt.
What do you mean?
Like a lot of times people don't speak on, hey, you hurt me.
That's true. And that's kind of like more so with emotions is if you hurt me, that means I care it more. Cool fact, right? This is game for guys. Guys, do not cancel me. This is game for ladies. This might get me canceled. So if I'll go outside, pitchforks and everything. I know what happened. Y'all, it's the truth if I get canceled. So a lot of guys don't want to admit it. All right, so there's two types of guys. You ever have a guy that pursued you for a really, 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 really long time? But at the end of the day, like once he got what he wanted, he just stopped messing with you? Have you?
No.
Have you seen someone that did that before? So that guy really just never was really into you as a person because he just, he just wanted to hit and quit. And like that person, like you like, yo, this guy been chasing me for 5-6 years. He been wanting to be with me forever. He was with his baby mama thinking about me. Not true. He just had you on a list. But cool fact, the guy that actually likes you, it's gonna hurt him when you deny him because he actually cares. And he's eventually gonna be quicker to break off from chasing you because he's actually getting hurt.
Boo.
Ain't that crazy? So he's just like, wow. So a bunch of guys are probably secured.
I mean, men and y'all emotions are just like,
it's pretty logical.
Is it?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
It makes sense to you.
My man brain makes sense. It makes a mansplaining, but
I don't. I can't really. Women don't do that.
For real, what y'all do?
I don't know. Me personally, I lay back and be pursued.
Like being pursued?
Yeah, I don't.
So you never chased a guy?
Chased?
Not chased, but you know what I mean. You never were like the first one to put advance on?
I have, and the few times that I did, I wish I wouldn't have. You
Why?
know women are bad at getting our mates.
Why?
Because that's not what we're supposed to do. That's not our nature. That's for the men to do.
But what happened to all those? What happened to those situations?
They both, well, not both, but all the guys that I tried to like pursue first always ended up like players.
For real?
Yeah.
What if I told you that for the last... All right, so I've been out of a serious relationship for like about 4 years. Give or take. So I haven't had a serious relationship for 4 whole years, guys. Right? Divorce life. So with that being said, I've been just trying to take my time, be with myself, and be okay with that. But, like other people don't understand that. So like my last few situations or relationships, I actually was a guy getting pursued.
How's that?
It's different. It's just like, hey, look, it's weird because like usually a guy pursues you and he already has a little bit of feelings for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get your feelings there. But if you're a guy getting pursued, you don't have feelings yet. So every time that happens so far, it's feeling like they're trying to rush me to like them more. Instead of if I chased them, I already liked them. So now I gotta find out if I like you or not without you getting super mad and impatient with me.
Yikes.
It is ghetto.
That's why, I mean...
I'm not saying it's a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
For girls to be like, show if they care first.
Don't do it.
But as a guy, I gotta see if I like you or not. And it might be take a little longer than you expect for me to actually like you like me. And for us to continue this. So, be patient if you are. But at the same time, like some of them, I end up like, really liking the girls and we went out. But at the same time, like some of them were some of them was pretty darn controlling. But like I think like nonchalant dudes attract like sometimes like more aggressive, or bring out the aggressive side of women.
Yeah. I think that's how it works. Like, I've always seen women that are like more aggressive and outgoing go for like more inward and shy type of guys.
Yeah, my mom was a thug, and my dad definitely was like a quiet, like gentleman. It's just like I don't know how that happened, but Lord, I don't want to know.
See, the thing is, I feel like I'm shy until I get to know somebody, but I feel like I've dated like the rah rah type of guys that's like really loud and obnoxious.
Jinx.
Yeah, so I feel like now I'm trying to like snatch up a shy guy that don't really talk, because that brings out my extrovert,
I see what you're saying.
because both of us can't be introverts.
That is so true. Like, like all right, so someone did ask for my number again within the last month. This happens more often than I really wish. I was a quiet kid too, right? And I know she's an introvert too, so it took a while. It took a lot for her to even do this. Beautiful, gorgeous girl. She works a lot though, like way more than me hourly. So we don't really get to ever see each other. She kind of got really tired and canceled on the first date. But it really just feels like at this point you came after me and I'm more so chasing you now. And I'm trying to be respectful about your time and all your responsibilities, what you have. Like I'm trying to be, good about it and try to understand that at the same time. It's hard out here.
Nah, I just feel like, have y'all went out?
Not yet.
That's why.
I'm just at this point, like, if I haven't went out with you yet, and we both introverted to the point where we really don't like to hardly text, it's better to be with each other kind of like in person.
It's
and if
either
we
one
not,
or two things. Either she's really not that into you, or it's because you guys haven't seen each other face to face. Like, how many times have you like texted somebody for like a long time, never seen them, and then it just died off?
Probably like a lot of times.
A lot.
And I feel like it's gonna go that way. And I'm okay with it. I won't lie. That's why I am totally okay with it. It's just the fact that like I don't even feel like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, she wasted my time. So I hate when dudes do that. So what? It's the game. It's the dating game, right?
Yeah.
Once it happens, I'm like, all right, well, I at least got a number. Probably, when life changes, focuses changes, we might link up in the future. It might be one of those situations. It might just not be our time to date if it was. She might have just been like, yo, I really was interested in you. She even told me, hey, I really appreciate the effort and everything. So
she said all that.
That's nice. But at the same time, as a dude, I'm not going to be like, well, I won't probably date someone else, to be fair.
Well, shit. I don't even, I ghost people before I even get to the first date.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 9 times out of 10.
Damn, that's crazy.
Well, 9 times out of 10, guys don't even want to go on dates anyway.
Well, like, what do they want to do?
They want to link.
What is this link?
What is this link?
What is this link?
Sit on the couch, watch movies, Netflix and chill.
Netflix and thrill.
I mean, we all know what happened when you Netflix and chill.
They be like,
sit on the couch.
Yeah, they try and get frisky on the first moment they can get frisky. That's crazy.
There's a lot of guys that don't want to date.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, all right, if I'm going, and most time I realize like some guys just want to go over your home. So they be trying to go over the girls' cribs. Or like vice versa. How don't I know you're a serial killer? I don't even distinguished that yet.
I don't think guys get that. Like, I feel like when I first,
oh my God,
sometimes I don't even give people like my number. I give them my text-free number.
There you go.
I know it by heart. So yeah, you can call it right now. Yeah, I'm still answering. But
that's just messed up.
No, You're not coming over my house, especially if I do not know you. No, I'm not coming over yours. Because 9 times out of 10, you live with your mama.
You could be a serial killer.
Could be a serial killer.
I'm just saying, like, what's up with this?
I'm not getting in your car. You're not taking me out in your car. We're gonna meet up there.
Yeah, I think that's the fun part. Is like you like, all right, well, you want me to pick you up? That's how I'd be. Like, you want me to pick you up? If not, it's cool if you meet me there. I just wanted to offer. And sometimes they take the offer, sometimes they don't take the offer, and I'm okay with it because I don't know you like that. You don't know me like that. You are not gonna figure out where I live at, and hopefully you do not know where I work at, and because you never know.
I watch the ID channel too much.
What was that?
Investigation Discovery.
To me, murders.
Mm-hmm. Just by meeting people on the first link, they getting slaughtered.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't watch that.
Dead in the woods with their pants around their ankles.
Oh my god.
I mean, not that. I just feel like women should be more cautious about how we go out with people we don't really know like that.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
But, take certain precautions, but still have your fun, sis.
Exactly. So, like, I don't, honestly, even, like, just to rope it back, I don't really appreciate the hookup culture that millennials have now. We have everything from the Tinders, if you're into that stuff. They got the grinders. They even got vegan link up now. So if you got vegan, if you want to get a vegan, they got a vegan link up, yo.
I don't
so
think
vegans,
all that was needed, but okay.
They got farmers. So if you're a farmer, you could date another farmer. You never know. I'm just saying, it may not be many black farmers. We need to represent that.
Well, hit me up on Christian Mingle.
I don't know. They be the ones. The Christian Mingles.
At Virgin Mary.
Oh my god. That's horrible. That sounds like a setup. Christian Mingle is such a setup.
You already know who up in that one. The freaks.
Exactly.
Because they be up in the church.
I think people just go to church because it's tradition, but eventually get out of church.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know what's also crazy, though, about millennials?
What?
We are all fine with being alone. I don't like that. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I feel like we have to be because, like, we don't know exactly what will happen if we bank on, like, being with somebody.
I guess that's true because you never know. All right, this is my fear. I don't tell nobody this is all. This is my fear, right? What if I get with you and it's someone out there better for me?
I feel like a lot of guys think that way.
It's like, it's hard. That commitment is hard.
Why do y'all think that way?
It's a fear. It's just like, all right, so when guys like, all right, so this is what my thing is. If you dating me when I'm broke, I'm most likely gonna stay with you throughout my growth, right? But if I get with you and I'm well rounded, my bills are paid, I can pay your bills if I want to, I am set up. I don't know if you really care about me or you just care about what I can give you. Because these is material girls, but then it's the girls that actually care about you, that actually allow you to be vulnerable near them. And how do you, like, find out the difference? Because to be honest, like, ladies don't like to hardly go to work.
Nope.
So you saying, like, all right, bet if I can, he can be my job.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can pay my bills. All I gotta do is, I can get paid to be his girlfriend.
I don't know. I don't know how people fake that. I don't know. How would you find out? Eventually, it's gonna come to light. Like, you're gonna see, like, maybe there's gonna be a period where you're not making as much because we all go through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're gonna figure out whether that person's really for you. If that's the type of time that they're on, is when you're at your lowest.
Exactly, and I think that's what we need to, like, look for. Like, who's gonna be with you when you are at your worst? Who can be through all your seasons? Who can last through all these seasons of your life? Who, you know what I mean? I think they said what, like, you gotta be with someone who's seen you at your worst, so they can appreciate your best.
They also say you have to see your partner display all emotions, not just happiness. You gotta see sad. You gotta see angry.
You gotta see hangry. How does your partner act when they haven't been fed today? And are they? Oh my God! That's why I don't like dating now, right? So you saying I gotta like not eat for a couple hours to wait to eat with you? And this is where cheating happens.
What?
I'm gonna
eat.
eat. I'm gonna eat before I get to the date. Is that cheating on a date?
It depends. Is it a meal or is it a snack?
I might have had a meal before I went to the date.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. That's pretty rough.
I was hungry.
Nah.
And now
you should have ate. You should have. If you knew you was going on a date later in the day, you should have ate breakfast. Maybe a little snack. But you don't eat a full-blown meal before a date. Come on now. Now you at the table eating like a bird.
And now she over there going
and
ham.
now she over there looking like the girl from White Chicks. Eating all the food like a pig. And then you eating a salad. Come on now.
I appreciate girls that can eat some good food.
Child, I remember the days where I was afraid to eat in front of guys.
Guys do not care. We are simple
I
people.
know.
And so, unless you're a narcissist, then we're like, look at her, the nasty, and I'm all great. I'm the cleanest thing out here. I'm perfect.
Man.
Unless you're one of those guys. My cousin. But
oh my goodness.
we all got those people in our lives. But like to bring it back, like finding common ground, like what are some things that we need as millennials to make a relationship work?
I think we need to dial back on social media. I feel like that is the downfall of our dating scene.
I feel like it creates like unrealistic expectations.
It creates unrealistic expectations, yes. But think about it. Like, say we go out on a nice date and then I get home and I go on your social media and you posting and or liking other girls' pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off. Now I don't want you anymore.
Because he's not exclusive with you?
No, not exactly that. It just shows me that it could be somebody else. Or it wouldn't be me.
Would you do that?
It shows me that you know that you could try to
have something on the side.
Have something else going on.
Okay, I see what you're saying. What about if you come home and he been home all day, you worked all day? Do you expect him to have food done or dishes clean?
Me for him?
Mm-hmm.
I would do that. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. To be honest, like as a guy, I know I've been off all day, but I still got adult chores. You know what I mean?
Right. I probably would do that anyway, like without a guy. So
there you go.
I don't mind being quote unquote housewife, even though I work and stuff. Because that's what I do anyway.
Like with the working culture, it definitely changed the relationship dynamic, and I think that's where we're having trouble finding that balance as millennials. Like we both are working pretty much the same with the same types of wages. Sometimes, a lot of times, like ladies are making more. Especially in the African American community, they have degrees, they have jobs, they often have cars. Before some of the black men, and some of the times the black men, we have to rise, like to the occasion of leading a family. And we take a while to, just to grow up. Take a while.
Ari Lennox said, "Don't date these niggas till they 43."
That's crazy. That's way too old.
43 is old, okay? Like,
first of all,
women, if we don't have no children by then, it's over. It's over for you, honey. If you're trying to be serious at 43, you ain't got no children.
Yo, you gonna be like, your kid's gonna be 25, 30, you gonna be 75, like, Can you open this jar?
I think that I definitely think social media is one thing, but another thing would be like commitment and loyalty.
So you think it's like, I think like what happens is we're in the era of when guys can just get a side chick. There's always a side chick. So when a relationship doesn't work out, I ain't gotta go to you and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. I just go to my side chick and wait you out." I think I see that happen more often than it should be, but that doesn't help. So it doesn't solve the problem.
Do you understand with that? Yeah, you got a side chick or whatever the case may be, but 9 times out of 10, he's gonna go back to this main chick and ask for forgiveness. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. By next year, he's back in those DMs. He's back on those text messages. He's back calling, trying to get her back.
That is so true.
We all
because it's the reason
there.
why she the main chick.
Exactly. That's why when you say like the reason why like some guys they don't really try to commit like that is because they always think that there might be something better. There is always going to be something better. But do you stick with what you got because that's what you once had, or do you sacrifice what you have for something that you think you want?
All right, well, I think you sacrifice you don't sacrifice what you have for something you think you want. You stay and build with what you have. Because if that person's with you this long, they're making commitments to build with you, then that's the right person to be with.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, like it's sound like I've dated toxic women, and what it feels like is this: you're laying the bricks and they're stealing it. And I think that's what guys just don't want to happen. That's why a lot of times they're scared of commitment, because you're laying the bricks and their habits are stealing the bricks that you're trying to lay the foundation for y'all family. But vice versa with ladies, when they date toxic guys, he's stealing the bricks that you're trying to lay for y'all family, like values and stuff like that. At the end of the day, I just think we need to be open with our non-negotiables, saying, hey, look, this is what I'm not going to stand for, and this is what you're not going to stand for, and just be honest with each other and accountable with each other. Heck no, I don't think I'm the best looking guy. Heck no, probably my lady's not the standard best looking girl, but we the best together. And I think we got to be real about that. And everything's going to be jaded on the internet, and everyone's going to look great. They're going to show their best on the internet. But to be real, if you think about it, we're in a 2-job economy, meaning you need 2 jobs just to make your ends meet at this point. And these people flexing online, most of the people that are flexing online consistently, that got all these followers and stuff, they're getting paid to do that. So they're not flexing for just to say, oh, this is how much I love that person. They're flexing because they're getting paid for it.
Probably.
So at the end of the day, if that's not your agenda, like people are spending $10,000 on baby showers online to make a scene. I'll be real, I can't afford a $10,000 baby shower. I wouldn't afford it. And at this point, all right, good question. So what would you rather have a destination wedding with multiple places, or would you just have a traditional wedding? Either or, you have to spend $30,000.
What?
Dang,
you done threw it.
You want to spend $30,000 on 30 to 50 grand on a recession, like a normal wedding, or would you rather do a destination?
I'd rather do a normal wedding because I feel like you would get more for your money, but like instead of doing a destination wedding, because first of all, everybody got to get out there. Are we paying for everybody to come?
Honestly, I was going to exclude them, and it was going to be just a really big honeymoon. That's what I was thinking, because I would rather have us make the memories.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like wedding receptions, especially because the wedding's not expensive, it's a reception.
Exactly.
And the reception is for the people.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get married for the people. We got married for us. So That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my non-negotiable. It's like, yo, you a guy, you care about choosing what we do for marriage? No, we gonna go.
Yeah.
To
9
a
times out of
different
10, the guy don't
country.
really even care about all of them details and stuff that go into a wedding anyway.
We don't. If you want us to, we guess what we gotta do? Travel. We can do a country each week.
That sound nice.
Exactly.
I would rather do that than spend money on a big old wedding just for what? For bragging rights?
Yeah. And guess what? Dads are not paying for weddings no more.
They ain't.
So guess what? We gotta pay for it. So guess what? We don't want to do it.
Mine won't.
Unless we enjoying it.
He gonna put some money down, but he ain't paying for the whole thing. Is that how we go? They pay for the whole thing?
They supposed to pay for the whole thing.
Dang.
It is real ghetto how y'all ain't. Listen, dads, don't be having these daughters and not paying for these weddings.
Please.
I'm tired of this.
Half the dads don't even be in their daughter life.
That's so true.
That's
Rest
why
in peace, Dad.
these women out here with daddy issues.
I'm trying to get all this attention for other men. Trying to fill that gap.
I better seek some therapy.
Oh, next thing.
Oh God, please.
Bro, just to end a little bit of this episode. Right, conclusion. If you feel as though you're really trying to be serious in relationships, seek some therapy. Because there's a lot. This is a growing, changing world we're in. There's a lot of challenges. There's commitment issues. I'm not a therapist. I'm not here to tell you what not to do. All I'm saying is seek some therapy. Therapy could save you. You could say, all right, this is why I'm acting this way because of this. Hey, you could have been, for me, right, I was in a long-term relationship. It didn't work out, right? And guess what the person told me? When it didn't work out, well, I was only with you because you was making good money.
Oh, no.
So guess what that could have done to me? Now I'm like, well, I'm not going to date nobody because I need to make sure I get as much out of a relationship as they would. Even though, or I'm not going to be like, all right, you all just want money. Things like that happen. So guess what I need to go do? Guess.
Therapy.
Therapy. There it is. It's the magic word. If you're a
goodness.
narcissist, you need some good old therapy.
I don't know. I never been to therapy.
You scared?
No. I just feel like I'm the realest person I know.
Oh, okay.
I consult myself.
You don't need to be consulted.
I definitely would go to therapy. I just feel like I am a very inward person. I think a lot. I'm always in my mind. And I feel like that's a lot for a therapist. But for me, this is regular stuff.
I think therapy is important because a lot of things I've even lately I've been thinking about with self-acceptance. One thing is, all right, well, let's say you're trying to be single. Why? Maybe you don't accept how you look. Maybe you don't accept how you think. Maybe you feel unworthy. You need someone to be there and, deep dive into why you feel that way. And then what will make you feel better so you can get that better life that you actually really want. So what's stopping you from living a better life is what you need to figure out. And they kind of help you do that sometimes.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about, I just need to find the right therapist. Like that's the biggest hurdle for me right now is finding the right therapist. And I want to sit in somebody's chair. Like I don't want to do the online thing. Like after the pandemic, everybody does online now. I want to sit in the chair. If I cry, I want to be able to get a tissue off of your table and weep.
Yeah, right. I don't want all the tears on my web camera.
I don't want to be able to click up on you because I don't feel like talking no more. Because that's probably what I would do. I don't feel like doing this no more.
I feel like crying. Well, good crying and grieving is always good.
Tell that to your man folk.
Nah, they gonna get it. There's a lot of good guys out there, and a lot of times I see on social media. We could probably end with this one is, why can't I find a good man? Because a lot of times, the good men are hiding from y'all. And some of y'all are not good women. coming from a guy. I'm a good guy, kinda. I think so. I'll do right by you. If I love you, I'll literally stay with you through thick and thin. I'm hard to get with, but I'll stay long if we do make it a real thing. So, any last words where we end this on? Any notes to end this on? Any dating advice? Any things?
I ain't got no dating advice. don't look. Don't take no advice from me. Honestly, I'm still navigating just like the rest of us. But I'm just finding what works for me, what doesn't work, and I'm not settling.
It's medium ghetto when we think you watching for listening, viewing, and tuning on in. Joining the laughter, that fashion for summers to cap. We can't wait till we do it again. You know we love you and we gonna see you next time again. Thank you for joining the gang. If they ask about us, don't fret. Just tell them we medium ghetto. It's all in the name. Yeah.